Justice. Destruction. Circumstances. Changes. Change. Something different. Justice. expectations. Existence loses success.
I'm good. You are eating something? Having dinner, lunch, breakfast? What? Oh, okay, okay. In 2 days' time, our review is coming up. So today, like since last 10 days, I have been doing this PowerPoint presentation, which is like now in its eighth version. So uh, 8 times I did. So finally, it has become very concise. But yet, like the vertical head, he hasn't seen. So I'm pretty sure at the last moment he will see and he will find out a lot of this, that, because he has not been in the part of the thought process. So although I have been telling him, like, this is the idea behind this particular slide. Slide is a slide, like it is just an indicative of an idea. And if he is not part of the thought process behind that idea, then he will get confused. But I have been telling him to take a look, to take a look. He's not been. He kind of finds out a fault with me and says that this, I don't know. The entire team I always do, because the ideas have to be concised, and the time that it takes to think through and put as an idea, um, I invest that time. So I'm the person who likes to do that part. So, and somebody running here, there, everywhere, talking to 1,000 people, that person will not be able to do. So that task. So this comes to me, and also lately I have been realizing that this is the way I am, and if even if they do not give me any promotion or something, they know uh, the majority of thought process happens this way in this particular team. So it's a thought that everybody knows what the other person is doing. Just to have, if you want to just ignore what the other person is doing, then you can conveniently ignore. And also, you have to be very idiotic not to understand like what kind of work I do. If somebody doesn't have any brain, they cannot understand, right? So I take the second choice. I If people are idiots, they will not be able to appreciate. So I what to be done with that? So that has been a long kind of that has been the throughout the complaint that I have. I have been in places where people have very narrow ideas. So happened since till last year. I said this year might be my promotion will happen. Till last year, I have told him. I have been telling, and he always has found out something. Like you do not do this. Something of like he doesn't pay attention. Like you know, the work is such that there are people. One person can easily get distracted into several, and he is traveling also. So if one is traveling, he cannot remember all the things. So what is the way out? I have to remind him. I remind 30,000 times. Even then he doesn't do because when he sits down to do, some Facebook will come, some something will come, then he gets distracted. So then that is not his fault, it's my fault. let, let us in this, and I also acknowledge the weaknesses that I have, um, why I do not go beyond a certain kind of thought process. So that has been repeating. So that is there always. Always this thing happen, and I do not go beyond something. So that is the price I am paying. Uh, I it hit me saying that I don't want to do I don't want to be restricted on this because people out there are expecting something bigger than this. So which people I am talking about? Like there is a WhatsApp group where there are 60 odd people. They have come, joined that group, and they have stayed. They haven't left. And but they are very quiet. So yesterday on Sunday, I had a I had called a meeting of 5 people, asking them to brainstorm as to how we can collaborate on things. So this is a new idea for all of them. Like they cannot think beyond the like the only thing they can think is that there are a lot many layoffs are happening. So the senior management wants senior management strategic management wants people like the independent director and board members who can manage with lesser manpower and achieve greater efficiency. So there is a demand for independent directors. People are stuck with that, you know. So when I discussed about that, but it is not the they are looking at the opportunity of being an independent director, and that that stays there. So they are at very senior level. These are very senior people who are handling from the strategic level almost, and they are seeing the opportunity as becoming independent director, and that is where they are stopping. So when I ask them, like, how there is a demand, okay, I understand. But do you look forward to take that opportunity? No. So I didn't see anybody interested in that. Why? Why? Because everybody might have different reason why they are not looking at that as an opportunity, because they might be thinking that they already are doing more than that independent director level. So then, though, if one thinks that they are already in a beautiful place, then there is no question of them moving on to somebody else, so something else. So that is the reason. But when such a thing happens, you also know people do not like to explore themselves right within. So that is when you have to ask very sharp questions. So today only I realized I have to ask them sharp questions. And I have created, and while I was asking what will be those sharp questions, I also realized that I have not been thinking about those sharp questions at all. And I have been thinking in terms of normal fear that one person has. Normal fears come, that is a secondary level. Normal fears that insecurity and all that comes because of something inside again. And this cannot be treated unless you treat that root cause. And that root cause is lack of any vision. So then, if I go and teach, go and explain about visioning, everybody knows all the rules, all the tricks, and everything about visioning. But when it comes to vision for themselves, there is no vision. Now that is something very peculiar. You, till you don't know what a vision is, how to do, and what is its use, you don't have a vision. I agree, but now you know. You teach that to people every day. You don't have any. How is that? And you don't go beyond this independent director level. How can you see when thousands of people are getting laid off? You are thinking of this as an opportunity to get into independent director level. Is that the vision a leader should have? So that actually, since Sunday, that had that has hit me. Like people know all, all the theory and everything, but it is just superficial if they don't implement. And me expecting that people know and they are implementing, this is stupidity again on my part. So I was thinking, yeah, yeah. So I was thinking, I don't want such people in my community. I want people. I actually want crazy people to be connected with. And where will I get those crazy people? So and then it came that because you didn't look for those crazy people, they were not there in your circle. Now that you have started looking, they will slowly start appearing. So yes, yes. And you know what all my visions are? Like in my wildest dream, I dream of having ocean cities, like cities in the ocean, and ocean culture and waste management, all in the ocean only. I don't know how, like I feel that there are a lot of space in the ocean. There is no space, and if even if there is space, I have to pay some price to have that space, create something. And again, if I create all this waste management, all these things, then it will be a lot of pollution to nearby people. So that thing I have left. In the middle of the ocean, if I set up something, then the pollution will not hit at least the human beings. It might hit the ocean lives, but again, it will be above the water. So it will not go inside. I'll take care so that it doesn't pollute the water and the ocean life. So that has come. And if people who are only interested in becoming independent director, how can they understand anything like this? Ocean cities, what does he talk about? They will see. So this ocean city, why this has come to my mind is there are actually cities connected via the ocean, the sea at least. So, and half of Europe is connected underground through this. And so we can do that above the ground also. If underground, that is even more difficult thing. Why not we can do above water? So that is one idea that has come to me. And in Sweden, um, they like the Baltic Sea is everywhere. You just get out of your home, go 1.5 or say 5 kilometers from your home, and you'll find Baltic Sea there, which is part of Atlantic, and it is everywhere. Then what they are doing in the middle of the town, like it felt like that to me. In the middle of the town, there is a port. So, which means you in your neighborhood there is a port. So that is if that is an idea, no, it kind of interested me like hell. I was so very interested. Just I'm out of my home and there is a port there are ships in that and they are trying to build more ports because such is the traffic. The there are so many ships and ships are used for everything like goods that is so they are cruising like from one country to another over it is just overnight and and you travel the entire sea Baltic from one end to the other and so it is so huge that it has and another thing is like when the ships are out from the port and they are into deep sea you will find several ships no it's like you travel by car and several cars are there by you and this I haven't seen something like that in India so it kind of fascinated me a lot that several ships start at one time and they go like say for 2 3 hours they are together before they part ways for their different destinations. So uh, um, we had we went to Estonia. So it is just across, it is below Finland. Uh, when I went to Sweden, one, before that, last year also we went. Last year we went to Estonia. It's an overnight, and we spent a day there and came back. It felt so good. Like in my childhood, I had read all the classics. I have read no, of the writer, but the European classics literature, and the sketches there in those books. Like I remember again, like immediately. they resemble the same. Like the sketches were real. I thought they were just like that, and some time back it was there, but it's still there. I can see that, and it feels so good, so nostalgic, and in the evening, it feels the same as like say your dream evening. We don't get it anymore in India. That thing, or maybe because I have read so much this English classics that I have a certain kind of evening time in my mind, which is not Indian, which is English or European. So I got to see that. So I felt so good, so good. So, huh. Yes. And then in Sweden, they are like whatever they are constructing, the beaches they are constructing. Like otherwise it is like say very muddy, but they are trying to construct that. So they are putting sand and bricks and all those things. So they deep into the sea. It is sea, Baltic Sea only. So it is not yet ocean, but because they have done so much, the waves are not so big. So it means it is already a port. If it is deep enough, then the ship will come. So they will depend it afterwards. Right now, because the infrastructure is not there, they cannot depend because there is chance of accidents. People are may venture into that and fall into those holes or something. So they are slowly building that. So I saw that also. It felt so good, and so it is. Yeah, so that keeps on happening in India and the coastal places because the Konark Temple. Have you heard of Konark Temple? No. So Konark Temple, there is a temple in Orissa coast, um, which was constructed inside the sea. So when it was constructed in 1200 something. And so it was inside the sea. So when the foundation was made, because somebody was getting big chunks of stones and putting there, so it was going into the sea. So then, so the chief minister was in charge of that construction. So he one day he got tired and he rested in a nearby village. Then the 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 place where he stayed overnight, a place with an old lady. She prepared khichdi. Khichdi means it is hot rice with dal together. It is called khichdi, and it appears like porridge, right? And so he put his hand in. It was hot. So and his name was Sibei Santra. Sibei Santra. So the lady said, "You are eating like Sibei Santra. He is putting all the sands into the mid of the sea. How can the sand the stones will stay? He has to start putting it from the coastal area, from the coast towards that identified place, then it will stay. So you eat your khichdi like that from the edge of the plate, start eating, slowly you get inside. So this minister got this idea. Oh, this is the way to build that temple. So he started building from the coast, mid of the sea, and he constructed the temple. Now the temple is the sea is 4 kilometers away from the coast, uh, from the temple. Which means what? Like the coastal line has gone into the sea. And similarly, there are like other places in the coastal place also, which like those are villages which are which are in the sea. So if somebody has to go to their land, because these people are farmers, and when they go to their land, they go via the sea. So they had to ride a boat and come to their place. So every day they are dealing with this sea, ocean, waves. So and there are roads now, but it is such roundabout roads that they want to still use that boat. So so this is happening, and in the rivers also, these land masses are there happening. The big rivers are there. Uh, when the water recedes, then these land mass are exposed, and people like do vegetables. They grow vegetables in there. It's very fertile land. So that is what they are doing. They cannot live there. But I saw in one place in that Konark area, that temple, it is inside the sea. But shallow. So they have built a hotel like that. Afterwards, it has been built. Yes. RK. In India, every place you have thousand of stories, and this is very interesting because this temple was built by 1200 artisans, 1200 people who spent 16 years constructing that. So uh, one of the artisan, the head artisan, he left home 16 years before. He was there, and he had a son. His son was born after he left home. So one day the son asked his mother, I want to meet my father. How will how will he recognize me? So the mother said, you take some berries are there. This berry is very unique to our place only. It is not available anywhere. So he will recognize this as his place, and he will know that you are his son. So he took those berries and he went to meet his father. And when he reached there, he saw that all the 1200 artisans were very sad. What happened? Because it was built in the mid of the sea, there was some error in the foundation, because of which the the tip of the temple was not staying. It had a slight inclination, very slight inclination, because of which it was not staying. It was falling off. So the king that time he ordered that by tomorrow morning you have to fix this, otherwise I will cut the head of all the 1200. So this boy uh, climbed up the temple and he fixed it. He fixed it with the help of a huge magnet. Magnet. So there was a huge magnet at the top of the temple. That was the only way it could be fixed. It wouldn't have been fixed by simple architecture, but he knew so much. That boy, he knew so much that this particular quality of the magnet will balance something, some imbalance that was happening out, and he could do it. Then everybody was happy, and then after some time again they became sad, saying that if tomorrow the king comes and he will see the temple head, it is fixed, but he will ask who has done this, and he will say that this boy has done it. Then, so he will cut our heads, saying that you people didn't do. A boy could fix it. So what use? So then everybody was asking the head artisan, like you have our responsibilities or you have the responsibility of your son. Then he couldn't take any decision. So this boy climbed up the tip and he jumped into the sea. Died. So next day the king came, nobody knew, nobody told. So he didn't know. He didn't know till late. Afterwards, once those people were released from that temple construction, there is nobody to ask or say anything. Afterwards, this was the story because the father knew, those 1200 people knew, so the story stayed. Everybody has a guilt conscience, they that will come up at any moment in life if that is there. That at different times, what the message I get is at different times you have different values. You cannot follow of that time till today. But if somebody gets into a similar situation like that, that person can take such a decision even now. But we don't know what will be that kind of, like there are so many things happening, and we can't explain why that fellow did that thing. Not to that extent, but people are doing certain things. If not to their children, they're doing to themselves, right? So the similar way, there is this Lord Ram. Everybody is say like Ram Ram. Everybody is saying like this country has become polarized because of this hatred, the religious trade. So then actually my mother told me, if that fellow he didn't have any family responsibility, any sense of family responsibility, he knew from his birth that he is going to be a king, and he knew that he will put his subjects as the primary thing, as his primary responsibility. So he knew that his family will be a secondary responsibility. So why did he marry? Should have married. suspected because he left his wife. He left his wife because somebody in his subject said that this lady, Ram's wife, Sita, so many years in Ravan, the demon's house. So how can she remain pure? So even if she is not pure, her husband has adopted her, like accepted her, even even though after her test in fire test. So first of all, would I accept some husband who takes me through this fire test? First of all, if even if yes, like I would not take this insult like somebody else saying something against my character and my husband believes. So I will not accept that husband at all. But this lady, she like accepted it, whatever her husband told, and she was the queen of the country, and she was left, and she was pregnant by then, and this fellow, he didn't have any sense of responsibility. He cannot protect a pregnant wife. What? How can he protect his subjects? And why do we have to follow this man, such a man? That is my thing. So the soul contract, I agree. That might be something. But these were gods. These were supposed to be gods. So if they are simple human beings, then that then also I don't have anything to follow them. And they are gone. They are human beings, so they did some folly, some mistakes, and it's okay. Not okay. No, not okay for me. And I won't give him any damn to like I am not devoted to such characters. Those were not people. Those were characters, part of mythology. And because of that mythology, this country is divided. You know how stupid. So and why such a thing happens? Because some people, the majority of people who are Hindus, they are thinking they are superior or they should be accepted as superior. And the other people are thinking that they can be superior by if they become majority by numbers. So both sides are stupid, and this should not be the way we are thinking. The modern India should be thinking. But this is what the modern India thinks. And so I find this to be very disgusting. And so many people are following who are illiterate, who are half educated. Educated people also are very stupid. They are in uh, foreign countries. I don't know what is going inside their mind. And they are sending money to for this to happen. This hatred to go on. So then how India is superior with their culture then? The culture was like the whole earth is one. That is the culture. If now they cannot accept their own brother, can they accept anybody else? So if they cannot accept, then where is the culture? How can then they be superior? In what way? So they are as ordinary as anybody else. So stop being superior to somebody else. So then your identity is gone. And if you fight amongst yourself, you are anyways gone. They are basically very religion focused. They are not. They are not trying to be broad minded. And the southern, even though they have lots of religious differences, they do not put that as the primary thing. They are educated, more broad minded, and they are open to ideas. And because they are uneducated, because ignorance is so much, and because there is no job, no development, no industrial development, no nothing. So they migrate to the southern part of India and other places. And so they do not have any identity, their own. And they, like, who will take that? Like, it is a vast country. If one particular group is there feeding into their brain, feeding straight into their brain, and trying to tell them that they are superior in this way, just by being a part of a particular religion, then those people are taking that because that makes their identity. So, so that is how this is like that ordinary person is not going to. He doesn't have any idea about the great culture of. They only think that Ram and Krishna and all this make India greater. And if they are devoted to Ram and Krishna, then it is enough. What is the concept behind Ram and what is the concept behind Krishna and what is our culture? Nobody knows. Culture that we are from one source. We are part of one great soul. You know, that is the culture India prides with. That is why India is so superior, so spiritual. That is why they say if it is not there, it is as bad as anybody else. So the identity of India comes from that particular thing that we are from one source. That is called hidden are the easiest way to do to bring somebody to people. That is the easiest way. That is religion is the easiest way to divide people. So so that is what they do. The bigger thing is very difficult to understand because it then compels you to let go of so many prejudices within, and that is so very difficult for people. And if they let go of that, they will not find any reason to live. People are like that because they don't know what else to do with their life. Why they are born and why they think that they are living to worship Ram or Krishna. Or, I don't know. If that is gone, then they don't have any idea of their life. So it new car, new house, because they know that it is beyond them. They cannot do what they can do. They can spread easily. They can spread hatred and religious division. That is the easiest thing that they can. They cannot buy a car. They cannot buy a house. They don't think that they are capable of doing it, but they think that they can be superior by spreading this hatred. And it's so very sad. That is that is killing the very basic that they are thinking that they are superior because of. That is where we are heading. Like we have to. Otherwise, so things will collapse. You know, there is a limit to stupidity, and it ends in every. Even if we call that as mythology, it all ends when things come to this extent. So it will end, and again, people will realize. Like everybody I see interpreting the history people in a different way right now based on how they think. So that is how the god, the religion, and the great people have been interpreted in all the times. It is extreme in this time because people have become selfish. They want to retain power. So that is why. But it will end. So they are also the same. Like now, since last 10 years, I don't find why should one have a TV. So I sold my TV. But when I shifted to this place, we have a TV, but without any channel. We don't watch any channel. We just have YouTube connected to it and Netflix. That is what we watch. And my neighbors, even though they know this is bullshit, they still keep on watching that. And so I say, why do you watch this? You know this is bullshit. What else to watch? Because they don't know what else to watch. That is why they watch. So I said, why not watch Netflix? Why not at least that is better than your bullshit on this, or they're saying one thing like there is a gas shortage out there, out here in India, because of this war. And I went to Haryana, no, to the field 3 days, and I was talking to you from a hotel room, right? So I went to field. So there we saw big lines for gas. And when this fellow, my driver, he switched on to his mobile or something, the news was coming. There is no gas shortage. I told him, can you see the big lines for gas? Still, you want to believe this? He immediately switched on. He is a great uh, what we call them as punks, devotees of the present party in power. So I said, you you are seeing in your own eyes the big lines for gas. Still, you want to believe this? How you can see what liars are these, and you still. So he immediately switched it off. Uh, I might have heard. Yeah, Sophie, there is this healing of root chakra, right?
Yes.
So root chakra is about sexual organs, no? The root cause of our power.
Yes.
It starts from there. So there are this healing processes available online. You can look for root chakra healing. So you just starts from there. It goes up, and it covers all the things like the entire path passage of the power. It goes up to your this place and up. So what happens is we are blocked at several places. Whenever we have trauma, we are blocked at certain places we don't know. So it manifests like it starts from if it is all your passage is open, but root chakra is blocked. Means it has no place to start at all. So if you listen to that, say these are say 5 minutes to 15 minutes healing. It just creates some sounds which kind of activates those organs, and you might feel intense sexual urge during this, and that is the sign you should know that it is like getting healed, you know. So uh, and also you will find a lot of creativity going on. Like, so you have to be prepared with all your things, whatever creativity channel, like you paint, so you have to be prepared with that painting. Otherwise, no, it goes towards it goes towards your sexuality. It is creativity, it is sexuality. So somewhere it has to given passage to. So creativity you choose. So then what happens? This uh, there is a slight obsession about this sexuality and sensuality. That obsession will go, and your creativity will flow. So and then maybe all other passages are clear for you. Then if you release that also, because it is settled in this lifetime, it doesn't have to uh, have a karmic thing anyways. Like it has come to this and it will go if you feel it. So do that exercise, and because you can sense so many things, you can sense it rising up, you know. And then it will give you a lot of sensation of different weird thing happening, because that is what I have heard. I haven't experienced it at all. Only thing I remember now. There is something. There is something. You know, it happens suddenly. At what? When it starts, I don't know. But it kind of I cannot sit there. I for say 5-10 minutes I can't sit. I have to keep walking. It feels like that. No, it kind of it certain moments I don't know which moments. Like it, when I'm very excited about something, like this trauma, like not appreciated for anything, is a normal for me. So when I get appreciated suddenly, it kind of surprises me, and that is the time when it happens. So that time I cannot sit. I I have to walk. It feels so what you can say, very discomfort. You know, there is something like it kinds of shakes me up, and like electric shock. So
You know, one
but it hasn't happened like in my life. So I have given up. Like I don't expect also. So it also kind of feels like dependence on somebody else. That is also that is the reason, another reason why I kind of suppress that kind of, I don't facilitate that to happen. So as I'm speaking to you, this is coming to me. So and that means I do not and I also I can sense that I don't appreciate being appreciated by lower status of people. So I as from stupid people, what do I do with their appreciation? Or it is only on say New Year or some celebration, some festival that Happy Diwali, Happy New Year kind of thing that he sends messages and maybe it is in his group. Then I also reply back saying that same to you. That's all. And yeah, nothing like that anymore. Like say I have been through with that. Like no more, no more connection. So so it has been like that. And I don't find when you also talk about that, I try to see in myself if that is there. It is not there. So
I have
so after that, if you feel like worked up, because um, it will give you that feeling. So you can also listen to Tibetan healing thing. It is very very cooling. Like it's very calming to your brain. It's on 16. So tomorrow it is 15. So just one day. And yes, that review is like say everybody is sitting. It is not one to one. Just what the teams are what they have done for the entire year. That will be discussed. After that, maybe on April, maybe last week of April, this one to one thing will happen. I, I, there is something else also going on because today I discovered, no, I don't want to be at a lesser thing than what I want, and I didn't know what I want. So today I discovered I wanted this ocean cities. I am not doing that ocean cities out here. Nobody is going to understand my ocean city concept out here. So I don't want to do. So yes, I didn't know that. Yeah, I have been. How can I be so stupid since so that is what was coming to my mind. This is not the first time that I have told myself about ocean cities. I have told this at least two, three times this year. I don't remember whether I have been telling it to somebody before that, but this year, thrice I have told, but today I realized. Just that I have so many ideas of these ocean cities, you know, because I kind of see things happening around, and it is not a new idea. It has been like say in Dubai they have already constructed malls or something. Yeah, it is already there. Like just that I don't want to construct any mall. I want to do this waste recycling and repurposing things so that the world will be a better place. Because that is my vision. No, having a calmer and cooler. That is the main focus. And suppose I recycle plastic, then so it is easier to make something else out of that. If I have kind of recycled waste, then it becomes fertilizer. Then I will find some place to use it also. So can I use in ocean thing? So in the water, so how much I put, so it will go down. So I'm creating cities so that at least on top of it, I can have some kind of agriculture, some food. So wherever I am, that place should be food sufficient. First, and also I have this from childhood, like every family, if they have one tree which will take care of their food and their food requirement, then everybody will look after the trees, the forest. That has been my obsession since childhood, and everybody will laugh like saying how one tree can take care of the food. But so it cannot be just one tree silo. It has to be like the trees have to be connected, like different trees. Food is different. Uh, that idea also. that people have made polythene out of it and they cannot dispose of it. That is why they are very against it. But it is a very useful thing and so many useful things. My ocean city can be made out of those plastics. Yeah. So start somewhere, just that. Start somewhere in a small place as a pilot. Say just 1 acre, like say 1,000 square feet. No, not 1,000, 10,000 square feet. Then that is enough for a pilot for somebody else to take it up, like big Elon Musk kind of person. He can take it up as one idea, business idea. I'm thinking of writing to Elon Musk. I exactly like it. So I'm not interested to go to Mars. I did go to Mars and Saturn. I'm interested in in the yes, yes. I'll yeah. I am going to write to so many people in the coming days. Yeah, yeah. I call you again. Okay. Sorry about that. Bye, bye.